SERAP wants President. SERAP wants Senate President Akpabio to reverse Natasha's suspension or face legal action. My dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, moving on to the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. The Social Economic Right and Accountability Project SERAP has called on Senate President Godswill Akpabio to immediately reverse the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, describing it as patently unlawful. In a statement on Sunday, SERAP argued that the suspension was based solely on Akpoti-Uduaghan's peaceful exercise of our constitutionally and internationally recognized right to freedom of expression. The Senate should immediately reinstate Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan and revise parliamentary procedures that unduly restrict senators' human rights, SERAP stated. Last week, the Senate suspended Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months of allegedly speaking without permission and refusing to sit idle in her assigned seat during a plenary session. As part of the suspension, she was stripped of her salary and allowances and barred from representing herself as a senator. In an open letter dated March 8, 2025 and signed by SERAP's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization stressed that no one should ever be punished for speaking without permission. SERAP insisted that being a senator does not deprive Akpoti-Uduaghan of her fundamental human right. The Senate should be setting an example by upholding the rule of law and protecting fundamental human rights, not violating them, the letter read. SERAP argued that the suspension was unnecessary and disproportionate, warning that it could discourage other senators from freely expressing themselves. The organization maintained that the grounds cited by the Senate appeared to be a pretext to silence Akpoti-Uduaghan and restrict her fundamental human right. Suspending Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan for peacefully exercising her right to freedom of expression undermines not only her right, but also the right of our constituencies to political participation, SERAP added. SERAP gave the Senate President 48 hours to reverse the suspension, warning that it would take legal action if no action was taken. If we have not heard from you by then, SERAP shall consider appropriate legal action to compel you and the Senate to comply with a request in the public interest, the letter stated. SERAP also highlighted that the suspension violated Article 13 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which guarantees citizens the right to political participation through freely chosen representatives. Meanwhile, Akpoti-Uduaghan has accused Senate President Akpabio of sexual harassment and has submitted a petition to the Senate requesting an investigation. My dear listeners, the SERAP has actually done the right thing. No senators in the House must be deprived of their right because of speaking without permission. Where is that done? Even if anybody would have judged, should it even be the Akpabio himself? The man does not even want it. He does not even want it. So why on earth would he be judging Natasha? Just because the whole problem has actually revealed to the public of um, of making sexual advances to that woman. That is why he has to suspend her. My dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop out the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.